All good, all good in the hood. All good, all good in the hood. All good, all good in the hood. All good in the hood.
So this is exciting because, first of all, we got up at 6 o'clock in the morning to record because of the light.
6 a.m.?
And then we discovered that it's actually pitch dark at 6 o'clock still.
Yes.
And it's exciting because we are going to answer a couple questions that we've gotten on our first few videos. So it's cool that we have a little bit of a conversation going.
Yeah. I don't know what you know about Oregon. Most people think it rains here a lot. And it does.
It rains probably.
But it's also just kind of cloudy a lot in the winter. So we got to get this daylight while we got a chance.
Yeah, we do.
Get up at 6 in the morning. What the hell?
And it was like pitch dark then.
Yeah, but it's all good. All good in the hood.
And so the question is in two parts. So the first part of the question is, how did you get to Hood River, of all places in the world? And so we want to do a little background on Hood River because it is like, where are we? So we are 1 hour east of Portland, Oregon, which is a pretty major city.
For the Northwest, it's the second major city.
Yeah. And there's an international airport there, so we've got like a way to get out of here if we need to.
Yes.
We can bust out.
Yes.
And we are right on the border between Oregon and Washington. And the natural border between Oregon and Washington in Hood River is the Columbia River, which is a pretty big river that comes from Canada and goes all the way to the Pacific Ocean. And Hood River is at the confluence of the Columbia River and the Hood River, which comes from the Hood River from Mount Hood, which is 30 miles away. So we're right in the heart of the Cascade Mountains.
Mount Hood is a volcano.
Whoa. Look out.
It could blow up. Wash us all away.
So Hood River is 3 square miles. So don't step outside the line because
Yeah, that's not very big.
It's tiny. And there's 7,000 people here. This is the census from like 5 years ago or something. But in the summer, it balloons to like 20,000 people because everybody's here for vacation. They're on holiday.
Yeah, can you say tourist trap?
Yeah. So it does expand to like 20,000 people in the summer, and it does become a little bit of a situation because you got all these people and all these cars and all this stuff, but it's for a good reason because there's lots of recreation here, and the vibes are pretty high.
Most anybody who comes here is automatically on vacation, so it's like vacay.
Yeah.
People don't get stressed. It's pretty chill. It's a lot of nice people just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, totally.
Trying to shred.
They're trying to shred. So world-class kayaking, world-class mountain biking, cycling, there's motorcycling, there's fishing, there's skiing. One thing we failed to mention, which is kind of a big deal.
I think that is awesome. We should just not mention that.
So here's what it is. It is that if you look on Wikipedia, I don't know if it's like official anywhere else, but on Wikipedia it's official, that Hood River, Oregon, is the windsurfing capital of the world. The whole world.
Number one windsurfing spot in the world, Hood River. Little old Hood River. That's why Hood River became someplace people even wanted to be.
True. It is beautiful and in the heart of the Cascade Mountains, but the kiteboarding is also, I don't know why Cooper wants to go kiteboarding. But kiteboarding has become a big deal here. That brings us to a really good question, which is, T2, what shredding activity brought you to Hood River?
Shredding cheddar. I moved to Hood River because I could make a lot of money here. And
doing what?
Carpentry, building houses.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people build houses here because they want to live in a beautiful place. And I do that. So I moved here, not necessarily because I was into any sport or anything. As I lived here, I found out everybody else around me was into shredding in some fashion. Like, there's a lot of people that are into gear. I don't know if you've ever seen Portlandia. You got a gear. Get the gear. You got to have lots of gear. But hey, you can do what you like. I don't judge. I don't do that. So I live here because it's a beautiful place and it's close to the ocean, which is 3 hours away.
100 miles, I think.
Yeah.
To the Pacific.
To the Pacific. There's 2 rivers right here. There's a volcano here. There's a volcano there. There's volcanoes everywhere.
And then also, Hood River is known for pears, apples, and cherries.
Yeah, in the summer, you literally just walk around and pluck fruit off trees and eat it. It's pretty nice. Mm-hmm. So I like this area. I've got a lot of questions about our channel and being like, what kind of channel is this? Are you going to do a Hood River lifestyle channel? Like, are you going to talk about the world-class kayaking? Are you going to talk about the world-class mountain biking? Are you going to talk about snowboarding? And I'm like, hey, want to talk about hip hop? So that's one of the reasons why we started this channel, because we're both hip hop enthusiasts. We both are in a band, and we just want to bring more of that to our area. Because what were you saying? Oregon is
88% white.
That's a lot of white people.
And it's Oregon, the history of Oregon is racist. And so there's not a lot of racial diversity here. And so part of the question that I've gotten, and that we've had comments on and in-person comments is like, what makes you want to bring hip hop to a place like Oregon, a place like Hood River? Like, why would you do that? Like, what right do you have? My answer to that is that I grew up beatboxing and I came up with rap and hip hop and that whole piece of...
No, wait, where did you come from?
Okay, so I came from Pennsylvania and I moved from Philadelphia to Hood River by design for recreation 12 years ago.
So you moved here to shred.
I did move here to shred. And I do shred. I shred the shit out of everything.
She shreds everything.
I shred everything, even myself.
Especially
me. But so coming from Philly to Oregon, Hood River, Philly is half black and half white. And all the people around me, colleagues, friends, people all around me, they were like family. It was a mix of people. It was never like not racially diverse. It was always part of my fabric. I never felt like I was doing something wrong if I liked hip hop or if I portrayed hip hop or I did anything that was hip hop, because it was all around me. And it just is not all around here, but we're trying to bring it.
Oh my God. So one thing I want to clarify is that when I said I moved from Philadelphia to Hood River, Oregon, I did. That was 13 years ago. And I moved there, here's Cooper. And I moved out of Philly I lived there for 10 years as an adult. I grew up in the coal region of Pennsylvania, which is 2 hours north of Philly. And it is ethnically diverse, but not racially diverse. So I just wanted to clarify that. I wasn't born and raised in Philly because I don't want to misrepresent myself.
Hip hop has taken over rock as the #1 music genre by consumption. So
it's the first year, I think. The first year. I mean, hip hop's been, what, 40?
Since the 70s?
Yeah, but it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like the golden age of hip hop is like 1990.
The 90s, but from the 80s on, pretty much. So it's like it's a pretty young genre. Like it's not very old compared to rock or country.
Soul and funk.
Well, I heard the hip hop, the part of the thing, the soul and R&B is lumped in with the hip hop for the rating of music. So that's part of why it's not just hip hop itself, rap music. It's like they just kind of like, oh, all this, well, they call it urban music, which is a
Fair, I guess.
which is a way of saying something without saying something. But that's an interesting question that we want to propose to you and that we think about all the time is like, what is the role of like if you're not from an urban center, if you're not a certain color, are you allowed in the culture? Are you allowed to be hip hop?
Do you really wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands on my eyes to see. Straight buck wild in the place to be. Do you really wanna party with me? In God we trust. Yo, it's a must. You heard of us, yo. We murder us. A lot of people wonder and they be curious how me and the crew do it so mysterious.